What's up, guys? This is Tom Unger with Unger Real Estate and Stonehouse Realty. Wanted to pop on to have a quick chat about current market conditions, what I think is going to be happening towards the end of 2021 here, if we're going to see any shifts in the marketplace, and just some common questions that are coming up with buyers and clients that I'm working with right now. So we'll start off with market conditions. If you've been following the market at all, you know that it is a challenging time to be a buyer. That's lightly put, and a fantastic time to be a seller. And earlier in the year, it was the detached and the townhouse market that was really crazy, and that were selling quite quickly. But now we're seeing multiple offers, even in the condo space. I have investors looking in the Surrey area, Surrey Central, just looking for one bed, one bath condos, concrete towers priced in like the $350,000 range. These sort of products are now selling in multiple offers. I had a client looking yesterday at a home in Mission on Lake Erock, vacation property. It was listed at $850, waterfront, 900 square foot bungalow sort of thing. Even that property sold with 1 day on market. So we're seeing everything sell, from these condos to larger houses, all the way to vacation properties out in Mission. So fantastic time to be a seller. Being a buyer is far more challenging, and I'm working with a lot of buyers right now that are definitely feeling the frustration coming from lack of inventory and just really competitive pricing, really high pricing for what they could have potentially gotten at a discount 6 or 8 months ago. I was going to write an offer on a property in Langley a couple days ago with a client. It was a townhouse listed at $599,000. We decided not to write an offer when we heard that there were 15 plus offers coming in. Turned out this property sold for $147,000 over asking price, with 18 offers in total. Now, this isn't to say that this isn't to say that the market is madness. I mean, that's part of it. It is a little bit crazy, but also I'm seeing a lot of listing agents, especially in the Fraser Valley, just underprice their properties like crazy. Like this property that I'm talking about, it was a 3-bed, 2-bath townhouse, 1,500 square feet, really nice place. It's true market value. It sold for $746, but it was listed at $599. In truth, that one should have been listed $100,000 over what it was listed at. But I think that sellers, agents are oftentimes just looking for that glorious post on Instagram where they can say, look, sold for $147,000 over asking price with 18 offers, and just build some rapport with their sellers there. So that's sort of a little bit of a dynamic that I'm seeing in the marketplace, and that's really important for buyers. If you are planning on purchasing, don't just look at sale prices, or don't just look at list prices, look at sale prices, because sale prices tell you what's actually going on in the market. Now, looking forward into 2021, I don't see this changing at all. Even if inventory doubles, oftentimes when I'm writing offers on properties, I'm gonna be competing with 6 other people, 10 other people, 12 other people, 20 other people. Even if inventory doubles, I still feel that there's gonna be half the number of people that don't have homes. So now I'm still gonna be competing with 6 other people, or 5 other people, or 8 other people, right? So that's sort of my thought. Even if inventory doubles, if all of this supply comes out of nowhere, I still think that we're going to be in a place where prices are inflated. Now, talking about prices, this is the most common question that I have come up with buyers that I'm currently working with, and new buyers that I speak with on a weekly basis. Either ones that are actively looking to get into the market right now, or even planning on getting into the market a year down the road, 2 years down the road. They're asking, what's going to happen with this pricing? Where do I think it's going? Well, if we look back over the last 10 years, 20 years, real estate is sort of like this, right? It's like a roller coaster that trends upwards. and we don't really know where we are on that roller coaster, but we do see that it is trending upwards, right? Canada's inflation target is 2%. Look at the price of gas. Gas is $1.50 right now. How long till that's at $2? $2 a liter. The price of food at the grocery store, that's going up. I think everything's going up in prices, and then housing is just going to continuously follow a slow trend line upwards, unless something happens that causes a massive correction. So like I was saying, we don't really know if this is an example of what the market looks like, right? Trending upwards with some dips. We don't really know where we are right now. We could be at a peak, we could be at a crest right here, or we could be in this portion that is just continuously rising. We could be in the middle, and we're just about to find our new plateau where it levels for a bit, perhaps dips down a little bit, and then continues upwards. So where we are, no one really knows, but the trend is upwards. So for people that are hesitant about entering the market, my recommendation is just to get in, start growing your equity. Interest rates are historically low right now. That is one thing that is powering this housing market, right? Just really cheap funds. And another thing that's coming up often is people are saying, okay, interest rates are going to be going up pretty soon. That's going to be pulling house prices down. This is correct, right? Interest rates and home prices have an inverse relationship. As cost of funds increases, then the price of housing goes down. But what we really need to be looking at is total cost to the consumer at the end of every single month. We got to look at affordability, because let's say we're looking at a $500,000 condo, and let's say prices, we're looking at a $500,000 condo. The interest rates go up 0.25%. The price of that condo dips $10,000. Well, with that higher interest rate, even on the lower priced house, you're still going to be paying the exact same amount every single month. So while it may look like prices have gone down, it's sort of artificial in a sense, because what buyers are paying out of their pocket every single month is in the same place. Another thing that I hear all the time is people just saying that prices are going to go down, but without really giving a reason behind that, right? Now there has to be some sort of cause and effect when we're talking about pricing, right? If the housing market is here, it's not just going to change for no reason, right? Something has to happen, and that's going to affect this and make it move up and downwards. So we gave one example, interest rates, right? If interest rates go up, then the price of houses are going to go down. If there's all of a sudden an insane increase in supply, then the price of houses are going to go down. Now, if demand increases like crazy, right? All of a sudden there are all these new buyers that come to the market and everything else stays constant, well, that's going to be pushing prices upwards. So I always ask, okay, so you think pricing is going to go up or down? What is going to cause pricing to move the direction that you think it's going to go? And something that I always fall back on and like to bring up is Canada's immigration target. So Canada's goal is to bring in $400,000 people into the country every single year. So I just did some quick numbers here. If we look at a 5-year period, bringing in 400,000 people per year, that means over the next 5 years, Canada is gonna have 2 million people immigrating into the country. So in order just to balance the supply and keep prices stable and where they are, Canada needs to create homes for 2 million people over the next 5 years. Now, let's use a 30-story concrete high-rise just as context here. How many people can live in a 30-story concrete high-rise? So let's assume that there are 8 units per floor, and we have 2.5 people living per unit. So in one high-rise, we have 30 floors We have 8 units per floor with 2.5 people per unit. So in one 30-story high-rise, we can house 600 people. Now, so a large 30-story building will house 600 people. Now, if we divide the total number of people immigrating into the country, 2 million, by 600, the number of people that one building can hold, how many buildings do we have to create in order to house these 2 million people? Canada needs to create 3,333 30-story high-rises in the next 5 years to house these 2 million people that are going to be immigrating into the country. And let's bring this into Vancouver, right? Dial it in, because I think most of the people here are going to be watching from Vancouver. Well, where are most of these 2 million people that are immigrating into the country going to go? About 60% of the 2 million are going to go between Toronto and Vancouver. So if we look at the statistics for 2019, BC saw an increase of 70,000 people. So over 5 years, that's 350,000 people that will be immigrating into British Columbia. So let's go with 350,000 divided by 600. So BC alone needs to build 583 30-story buildings just to house the people that are going to be immigrating into BC. Now BC is known for slow development and actually has some limitations on what you can build. And a lot of these people aren't going to want to be living in high rises, right? They're going to want houses. They're going to want townhouses. So we have slow development. We have more demand due to immigration. The answer seems really, really obvious. This can only lead to higher prices. So that's where I think that the market is going to go. Now, are there going to be small corrections along the way? Absolutely. Like I was saying before, we don't know where we are on the graph. We could be at a peak, we could be at a valley, but I strongly believe that the trend is going to be upwards. So if you're on the fence about getting into the market, my recommendation is just purchase something. And don't just purchase anything, purchase a solid building, a great home, the best that you can, the best that's affordable to you. But get into the market, because while pricing has increased and it's already more competitive and it is difficult to get in, I think that over the next 5 years, the next 10 years, it's only going to become more challenging. And we're going to be seeing housing markets more similar to what we have in London and Hong Kong and other places in the world where prices are quite a bit higher than what they are in Vancouver. My name's Thomas Unger. I would love your feedback on this video. So wherever you're watching, if you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, drop me some comments here. I'd love to get a dialogue going. Now, what I was talking about were things that bring the home prices upwards, but I would love to get some feedback, what you guys think, what's going to be pulling down the housing market. So if you do have any thoughts or ideas, please comment below. I'd love to chat. Have yourself a great day, and we'll talk with you soon.